Yo, 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 what is up, fam? It's your dude, FanOF here. Welcome to another video, guys. Today we're gonna react to MrBEAST ruined YouTube. What's really happening at Burning Man? Jacksepticeye, and today's news. Alright.
Over whether MrBEAST is ruining YouTube.
If you guys don't know, I do like kind of skip through I don't watch the full video of Philip DeFranco news segments. I just watch portions of it because, you know, it's a lot. He makes his news show pretty long, and yeah.
Along with claims that he duped other major creators into shilling off NFTs. But is that the real or whole story? Proud Boy leaders getting massive sentences over January 6th. Tens of thousands have been stranded at Burning Man. We're gonna talk about all that and so much more on today's brand new Philip DeFranco show, you daily dive into the news. But first, I'm so excited I can finally announce it. I'm launching a small batch coffee company today. It's something that I've been working on for it's something I've been working on for a while now, because that's what it takes to do it right, and also to be able to be better in such a saturated space, especially because what so many people don't realize is
He's making a coffee company, guys. Why?
they've been drinking shitty, improperly roasted bitter coffee. And y'all, I know that for a fact because I drank so much mediocre coffee over the last 2 years to finally be able to launch our 3 amazing core roasts. Guiding Light, Happy Medium, and Dark Matter, each with their own fantastic flavor profiles, roasted to perfection, low in acidity so it goes super smooth by itself, and it's still also an amazing base for you creamer girlies, and it is made in small batches so we can guarantee the quality of every cup. In fact, I believe you're gonna love it so much, I'm gonna take a loss on this launch. You can try it today at 50% off. And y'all, if you are even
all right.
remotely interested, order right now. To be completely
I feel like I'm getting it for free if it's 50% off.
transparent, since the average order size in our secret test launch were 3 bags, I'll likely only be able to do 2,000 orders today. I really wanted to make sure we didn't over roast, we didn't over prepare, and all of a sudden we end up with a bunch of beans sitting on the shelf losing their amazing flavors. And if you do get there too late, it'll prompt you to give like an email and a phone number so you can be the first to know when the next batch is ready. I also
Bro, it's background music. Bro is playing background music while he's doing selling his advertisement, guys, and it's kind of loud.
I want to give the biggest of all thank yous to you beautiful bastards who are a part of the secret soft launch. Your opinions, your recommendations, your overwhelmingly positive reviews were so helpful, and reading new reviews has actually become one of my favorite things to do in the morning. And that's largely because it's like 1,000% better than any ad copy that I could possibly write. Like Ree, who wrote last week, these are absolutely incredible. Each of the roasts are beautifully done without the slightest taste of burnt beans. Dark Matter is one of, if not the best dark roast I've ever.
Bro, this is like a 3-minute ad, bro. Did not expect this. Now I know why it's a 22-minute video.
Ever had. Happy Medium here. I got a little tappy thing. MrBEAST is ruining YouTube.
There we go. 2 minutes of ads, guys. It's like I'm watching a regular show now. Like long ad programming, guys.
That is a claim that many on the internet are fighting over right now. Just starting our week off with some drama. And all of this stemming from a video where you have massive gaming YouTuber Jacksepticeye taking a lie detector test.
Do you like MrBEAST? No.
Dang, bro. He was like, yo, I'm just gonna diss the biggest YouTuber so I can go like semi-viral. Bro has like 20 mil subs or something.
Jack, do you think MrBEAST ruined YouTube? Yes. Now, in all honesty, Jack, why? Because it became more about views, money, and popularity than it did about having fun. You just don't think you have fun?
I don't understand how MrBEAST is to blame for it, guys. Like, why? Why? It's kind of a, you know, just a strange, like, you know, throwing out shots kind of scenario, bro. Like, why is he even saying anything about it?
Fun playing Squid Games? You don't think you had fun riding on yachts? Building wells in Africa? I don't know.
If he had fun doing those videos, they'd be longer. We'd see the fun.
Ooh.
So the videos need to be longer now, I guess.
And that clip went absolutely viral, igniting shock, support, backlash. As far as shock, you had people saying things like Jacksepticeye having beef with MrBEAST was not on my 2023 bingo card. In fact, it was so surprising we even saw MrBEAST himself responding to the situation, that also blowing it up even more. With him writing, I ruined YouTube because I didn't buy a mansion and sports car, instead reinvested my money into making content focused on doing.
Now, he did buy a whole neighborhood for his team. I just don't want a Tesla, though, guys. A mansion would be decent, but I don't want too big of a mansion, guys. Mansion, I'm not gonna lie though, I'd go for a mansion.
Doing good and inspiring kids to help people. Quote, if he had fun, the videos would be longer. What does that even mean? You think I'd give up every hour of my life for 14 years if I didn't have fun? This clip is insanely disrespectful in my opinion, and obviously there is so much I could say about his content, but I'll just take the punches and be the bigger man. And so with this, we saw a number of creators coming to MrBEAST's defense, that including podcaster and YouTuber Ethan Klein, who said that Jack himself spent a chunk of his career power posting 2 Let's Plays per day, right? Probably something you do in an effort to make more money, and arguing that this quote
Power posting? What's power posting, guys? I'd be power posting like 30 videos a day, man. In an effort to make more money. I'm gonna say it straight up, guys. I'm poor as flip. I need it. I need it, guys. Why is he, I even mentioned it, guys. You know what I mean? Not everybody's a millionaire YouTuber like these guys.
quote, revisionist history of a utopian YouTube when no one cared about views and everyone was having fun all the time is bullshit. And continuing, the only difference between now and then is that Jimmy has absolutely dominated the space in a way nobody ever has before, making content no one has ever made before. Actually, maybe the
That seems to be the biggest way to go viral, by the way.
first time in YouTube history where the #1 person is also making the best content. In closing, he's doing more for the platform and legitimizing YouTubers
Dang, is he throwing shade at PewDiePie, guys? He said the first time ever.
anyone before. Jack, if you aren't having fun on YouTube, I'd recommend looking inward. Others also chime again, saying that it seems like Jack is jealous, with people also pointing to a tweet MrBEAST put out saying,
Yeah, I think Jack is a little jealous here, not gonna lie. I don't think Jack wants to go the lengths MrBEAST does. You know what I mean? A week on a freaking raft or whatever.
that he's filming almost every single day with no days off until the end of the year, that he's dying mentally to get videos out. So there, you also had people who agreed with Jack, using that to argue.
I am also dying mentally to put videos out, but I haven't been doing it as long as MrBEAST. I might have to, you know, take it to MrBEAST levels to get, you know, somewhere, it seems.
MrBEAST isn't having fun with his content. Or the argument that this pursuit in this way can actually be toxic. And with that, there were a good number of people on Jack's side. Some claiming MrBEAST has a hero complex, saying that YouTube used to feel more personalized, but MrBEAST has gamified it into being more overly sensational and hyper-produced. Though some arguing that Jack was actually just trying to make a more nuanced argument, that it wasn't so much about MrBEAST as much as the copycats rising up, trying to emulate his growth, whilst also crushing all form of uniqueness and personality out of
What's wrong with the copycats? They do produce interesting content, guys. You know what I mean? I'd be down if I ever get like enough for an editor or something. I'd be down to produce like you know, help produce some copycat videos all day
of their YouTube videos. But the argument that the problem isn't MrBEAST, but the culture of YouTube of just copycat, which I mean, to that point, MrBEAST himself in the past has even expressed annoyance with people just copying him. And then on top of that, you also have people who are just annoyed that these comments resulted in a whole huge thing, with some saying the most annoying.
Alright, guys. I'm just doing this, I'm buying tier 5s. I just got a huge PK in Deadman mode, so I'm just recording this for make sure I don't get scammed or anything. There should be 3 tier 5s. 3 tier 5s. 3 tier 5s? Come on, please, please. We got him. We got them, thank you. Alright, guys, on to the reactions. Alright, I'm buying 2 more, fam. So, attack. Here we go. Oops. And there we go. Shout out. Dang, he's got 99 range. Alright. Good fight, brother. Let's see what we get. Couple tier 5s it should be. There we go. Alright, cool. He didn't scam me. Alright, guys. I just got like a huge PK, so that's why I paused it for like an hour and a half, man. But let's check it out. Let's
thing about MrBeast is that you can't even have a benign criticism of him without people coming down on you. You can't even be like, I find his content annoying, so I don't watch. People react like you've committed actual blasphemy. Like, I do think it's extreme to say anyone ruined YouTube, but all Jack is saying here is that he doesn't like these videos and they don't seem earnest to him. But here's the funniest or craziest.
He straight up says he doesn't like the videos. If we feel earnest, I don't even know what earnest means, guys.
Or saddest thing about this. While fandoms and communities were still fighting, it seems like both Jack and MrBeast hashed things out behind closed doors. With Jimmy since deleting his tweet, responding to Jack, also
Snap. Straight up deleted it, guys. Maybe he just wanted MrBeast's attention, guys.
writing, we message, we're good now. But with everything that we've just talked about, I gotta pass the question off to you. What are your thoughts here? What camp do you land in? Because we talked about people having kind of like 5 or 6 different takes. Personally, I'm glad this looks like it's over, because by all accounts, from everything I've seen, they both seem like good guys. People who try to do good, people who have moved the platform forward. But, you know, I guess we'll have to wait to see how things play out.
Millionaire problems.
But that said, that wasn't the only reason that MrBeast was in the news today. So the Creator League is this big competition put on by eFuse featuring 8 creators who will lead teams and compete for prizes. And fans can get involved by purchasing $20 creator passes, and those passes are a key part of this story. But they're said to allow fans to compete, join a team's roster, vote in a team's polls, and more. And MrBeast announces in the middle of the video that he posted over the weekend where he was, I mean, it's completely unrelated to the story.
Dang, bro. Promoting NFTs as well, MrBeast? Man, everything he does receives backlash nowadays, guys. I thought NFTs were a thing of the past. Guys, like, you know what I mean? Sheesh.
Putting big stuff in a big shredder.
When you purchase a Creator League pass, you're able to influence the league, compete in weekly tournaments, win prizes, and potentially even meet some of your favorite influencers.
And if you sign up in the next 7 days, you'll receive a free box of Feastable bars.
But notably, MrBeast wasn't on the roster of players. You see big names like iShowSpeed, Bella Porch, Vinny Hacker, OTK, CDog, VA, but no MrBeast. And as
Bella Porch, man. They probably paid so much just to get Bella on there, man. So much.
Is what happens when you put a promotion in a video that gets over 50 million views in 24 hours. There was a lot of attention on it, namely a lot of intrigue, but that then turned into backlash very quickly, with the biggest controversy centering around the Creator Pass, which Forbes reported is actually an NFT. And so with that, many people, including some of the creators involved, were unaware of that. So there, Forbes noting that the term NFT was not used in any press release, in MrBeast's video, on the website, or anywhere that would usually feature that kind of information. The outlet saying that it only discovered this by looking at the refund policy, and since NFTs and blockchain tech are often met with criticism and backlash in this space, Forbes said that it felt disingenuous that it was hidden like that, especially since some of the creators involved have actually spoken out against NFTs, which is why
Hey, big enough paycheck, they'll promote it, right, guys? I can't really blame them that much either.
on that front, it wasn't surprising to see CDog VA ready to together, writing, I accepted to join the Creator League, not fully understanding the tech behind it. Needless to say, with the current information available, I'm planning on withdrawing. I was not
And all those creators, every single one, bro.
told or made aware at any point that there was blockchain technology, and was only made aware of that information when the event went live. I was given assurances that it had nothing to do with NFTs. Given my vocal hatred of such tech, I would never agree to join had I known that. It's an embarrassing fuck up on my part to agree to promote this to my audience. I'm sorry. And the co-founder of OTK also writing, we were told there was no NFT/crypto component, but looks like that may not be the case. Waiting for
Basically, it's not the case, right, guys?
responses to our emails and phone calls like others. He also had MrBeast facing backlash for announcing the league and the passes in his video, people saying that he was misleadingly promoting NFTs. So there, it is worth noting, according to Forbes, MrBeast's involvement in the Creator League ends at that video announcement. Apparently, he's not actually involved in the tournament. He was just paid to announce it. So it's unclear what he did or didn't.
And MrBeast, like, he just goes on podcasts, guys. He'll just go on the odd podcast. Literally, the dude just works on his own channel for the most part. And, you know, he doesn't show up for the streamies. He doesn't do this Creator League. He'll promote it, but that's about it, right, guys? He doesn't do much.
Didn't know about that
Except, you know, work on these amazing videos that he's working on.
aspect. But as we wait to see what happens from here, what other information comes out, I gotta pass the question off to you. What are your thoughts here? And then, wild orgies, cannibalism, and the Ebola virus.
Whoa. Talking about a lot there.
Nothing could really connect those 3 things together except the annual festival known as Burning Man. Though to be clear, the cannibalism and Ebola are just rumors that have been spread on social media. The orgies, however, are
I know, chill.
basically a given. Right, because if you've never heard about it, Burning Man is a
What you said, basically a given.
decades-old festival out in the middle of Nevada's Black Rock Desert, having been known for hippies dressing up in costumes and camping out for a week in the huge dried-up lake basin, where
Excuse me.
Make art pieces, sculptures, and of course, steaming hot love. Over the years, Who Goes has evolved. Got a lot of influencers, celebrities, uber wealthy. You know, the whole event culminating in the burning of a 40.
It's a rich person's freaking event now, guys. Hopefully it's dried up over there. I made a short about it already, so I'll just let the video play.
Foot effigy, hence the name Burning Man. And so unsurprisingly, given all the private jets wealthy attendees use to fly in, single-use plastics littering the campsites, generators burning huge amounts of propane, some have also accused the event of literally burning the planet, which is why critics have long pointed out its consumerism, all the trash left behind, and the 100,000.
Damn, bro. It's like some sort of like evolutionary dashing, bro. They thought it was gonna get burned, and now the rain came before it really burned up a lot. I said that.
Dioxide emitted in 2019. The organizers have promised to go carbon negative by 2030. But many don't believe that, and this year we also saw climate protesters blocking the highway leading into the festival. That causing a huge traffic jam, and no more than an hour passed before tribal rangers showed up, with one of them just plowing their vehicle straight through the roadblock.
Yeah, I also saw this TikTok. It's wild. It's wild.
Then at one point, you see a ranger draw a firearm on one of the unarmed protesters, though it's unclear whether it was a gun or a taser.
Get out now! Get out! On the ground!
She's like, oh, I'm screwed. I'm screwed. You should see the line. They caused a huge line, bro. They caused major inconvenience, man. Kind of sad, actually. Like, I don't think that was the coolest thing, bro. They straight up, like, prevented everybody from going to this spot, man. Like,
All of you on the ground now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
With the activists later claiming someone falsely called in that they had a gun, and the tribal police now saying the ranger's conduct is under review. But all of that isn't even the main story, because on Friday, some 6 days into the event, a rainstorm decided to crash the party, with it dumping 2 months worth of rain in just 24 hours, and it turned the desert sand into a sloppy, slippery mud pit. And so as a result, you had the authorities prohibiting all entry and exit to the festival grounds. So also, anyone who didn't have all-terrain tires would have found it hard to move anyway, with the roads reduced to ankle-deep pools of sludge, which is also why you saw some ambitious drivers getting their Jeeps and RVs stuck in the.
I think anyone that has an RV is like, yo, if you're in a tent, I feel sorry for you. And I exactly feel the same way.
So you had event organizers telling attendees to just shelter in place to conserve food and water. But that also, as we've seen reports of people dealing with overfilled porta potties, rationing food and water, and even dying. With the sheriff's office saying that one person died during the rainstorm, though it didn't appear to be connected to the weather. So where we're at is,
Might have been like a OD or something.
while organizers have said that driving may be feasible today, the idea of up to 70,000 people hauling it out of there all at once could be a nightmare. Even without those conditions, 12-hour-long traffic jams have been typical in the past. And that's because the site is extremely remote, with the nearest town housing just over 100 people in Reno, the nearest city sitting 93 miles away. So on site, the situation can be brutal if you're not prepared, even during normal conditions. But the cost of getting such a beautiful flat location is the extreme temperatures that top 100 degrees during the daytime and drop 50 degrees at night. Plus, befitting its anarchist countercultural roots, radical self-reliance is explicitly one of Burning Man's core principles. So aside from the porta potties, ice for sale, and
Well, they got what they were asking for, right, guys?
on-site first responders, all of the
Some were saying it's a homeless simulator, and partially, yeah. Never been there, though. I still support the event. I mean,
attendees are expected to take responsibility for their own supplies, health, and safety. And with that, apparently some thought attempting to trek back to civilization on foot was worth the risk. With stories coming out about celebrities like Diplo and Chris Rock saying they hitchhiked 6 miles through the mud. Though lucky for them, they were picked up by a fan in a pickup truck.
If I could get a cold brew right now, I would just.
And while obviously there are people who have been struggling, for tens of thousands of other people who are just still sticking it out in the mud, the party goes on, with many making mud sculptures, dancing, drinking, doing drugs, and yoga, overall seeming to try to make the best of a bad situation. And in fact, some Burning Man vets saying the rainfall actually added to the experience because collaborating to survive in a harsh environment is what Burning Man's all about, with one woman saying it was
partially true, yeah. I mean, what a different experience, bro. So I've been looking at TikTok. Some TikTokers been going there.
so beautiful to see people helping each other out and sharing supplies and batteries and power and water and food and shelter. And now the postponed effigy burning is expected to happen tonight. But again, we'll have to wait and see what the conditions are actually like. But with all of that, I gotta know, what are your thoughts on us? And
All right, guys, we'll play a little bit of
we've
sponsor.
also still got concerts, baseball, theater, before, or 100
SeatGeek, I've heard of them. I'm sorry, I'm gonna skip it, guys. SeatGeek, you can buy your tickets.
download the app. And then I've got a few quick news stories from over the weekend that are completely unrelated to one another and vary in levels of seriousness that I'm about to give you. 1. The leaders of the Proud Boys fucked around and found out, with them specifically fucking around on January 6th of 2021 over at the Capitol.
Dang, we're still talking about that event, bro. It happened so long ago, man. I didn't even know something like that was organized. I was just looking at the news like, yo, what is going on, bro? Why is everybody mad?
them, Joe Biggs, seemingly having the time of his life.
So we just stormed the Capitol, took the mother place back. That was so much fun.
A leader of this violent attack on the U.S. Capitol, showing images of him with a bullhorn leading the mob towards the Capitol. Joe Biggs ultimately made
I'm literally like,
it onto the floor, was in the gallery of the U.S. Senate.
January 6th will be a day in infamy.
But he has now found out that the government is
and now he was right, but now he's, you know, in trouble.
taking that life, specifically 17 years of it. And that sentence
What?
coming down after he was convicted of seditious conspiracy and other charges back in May. And according to the BBC, in court, you had a tearful Biggs apologizing for his actions, saying that he was seduced by the crowd on the day of the riot, saying his curiosity just got the better of him, that he's not a terrorist, that he doesn't have hate in his heart. Though no
All right, next one.
going to, or you're awkwardly not talking to people at, or you went to
Oh, it's Labor Day weekend? That's why everybody's freaking chilling.
a backyard party or a barbecue, there might have been an uninvited guest there. And that's because reports came out saying the New York police are going to be using drones to monitor those parties this weekend. With Kaz Daughtry, the assistant NYPD commissioner, saying if a caller states there's a large crowd, a large party in a backyard, we're going to be utilizing our assets to go up and go check on the party. A plan that the AP reported immediately received backlash from both privacy and civil liberties advocates. And Daniel Schwartz, a privacy and technology strategist at the New York Civil Liberties Union, saying it's a troubling announcement and it flies in the face of the Post Act, and saying
Dang, bro.
deploying drones in this way is a sci-fi inspired scenario.
Part of it's for safety, guys. You know what I mean? Don't want to get attacked by a crowd or, you know, something like that. You know, just don't want violence to erupt there.
Though in New York and other cities, this is not science fiction. This is becoming the new normal. With data showing that while drones were only used 4 times all of last year, this year they've been used 124 times so far. And that makes sense, as you have Mayor Eric Adams also saying he wants to see the police
All right, next story.
verification to view
Judge strikes down Texas age verification law. What the?
pornographic websites, ruling that the bill, which was signed into law by Texas Governor Greg Abbott, violates free speech rights and is overbroad and vague. And while the state attorney general's office immediately filed an appeal, the judge explained his decision, saying the law raises privacy concerns because the age verification is using a traceable government-issued identification, and the government has access to and is.
All right, cool. Next one.
You might have seen the news that 2 women were shot at a White Sox game. It was confusing. There was so much speculation. It just felt so bizarre. And
Well, that's sad.
then we got possibly one of the most unexpected, but maybe also most American updates to this story, with ESPN's Peggy Kaczynski reporting the shooting during a White Sox game was indeed an accidental discharge by one of the women grazed by the bullet. She reportedly snuck that gun in past metal detectors by hiding it in the folds of her belly fat, which
What the heck?
what sounds too ridiculous to be true. And in fact, since that was reported, an attorney for the woman said that's bullshit, saying she denies bringing a firearm into the stadium and further denies having anything to do with the discharge of a firearm at the stadium, saying we have reviewed
Yeah, I'm sure she would.
photographic evidence and x-rays of our client's injuries with firearms and medical experts who confirm the gunshot wound our client sustained was not self-inflicted and was not the result of her accidentally discharging a firearm. CBS News also reported last week that Chicago police said, this claim didn't come from us, saying the investigation is still active and ongoing. But for now, we'll just have to wait to see what comes from that investigation. And at the very least, we can be happy that the only casualty of this shooting was the Vanilla Ice concert that happened after the game. And then, a significant portion of pregnant women in the United States deal with verbal abuse, discrimination, and unanswered calls
What?
for help. That's what we just learned from a news survey from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, with 20% of women reporting that they experienced mistreatment during pregnancy and delivery care, with the most common forms of mistreatment including getting no response when requesting help, being shouted at or scolded, having their physical privacy violated, and having healthcare providers threaten to withhold treatment or force them to accept unwanted care. And that mistreatment
Hey, that's pretty sad. Hospitals, they're not always the most nice. However, they were pretty nice when last time I went. But like when I was under the influence and stuff, they weren't the nicest to me, guys. Like, to be fair, I shouldn't have been there. But yeah, I got no reason to be there. But the time I needed to be there, when I got like seriously hurt, they were pretty nice to me.
varied wildly depending on a number of factors, even based on things like insurance type. Right, 28% of respondents with no insurance and 26% with public insurance reporting poor treatment, which was a notable difference compared to just 16% of those with private insurance. Also, women of color reported higher rates of mistreatment. Black women 30%, Hispanic 29%, multiracial 27%. And actually, overall, women reported discrimination in their care at an even higher rate than general mistreatment, with 29% saying they were discriminated against based on a number of factors like age, weight, income, and race. With once again, Black, multiracial, and Hispanic women reporting significantly higher rates between 37 and 40%. And you've got experts startled by these statistics, with Wanda Barfield, the director of the CDC's Division of Reproductive Health, releasing a statement and saying, as a doctor, mother, and Black woman, it is disheartening to hear how common mistreatment is and to see differences in mistreatment and discrimination during maternity care based on things like race and insurance coverage. We know that racism and discrimination can lead to delays in treatment and sometimes tragic and preventable deaths. And
dang, bro, but to do it to a pregnant woman, they obviously are there to get, you know, it's gonna be like a pretty, like, you know, important moment in their life, and they're getting mistreated, bro. Pretty sad. Thanks for talking about the mental health crisis. It's so incredibly important. Alright, guys, you can watch the rest of the video in the description, guys. Yeah, guys, I'm very behind today, so I'll see you guys next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out, that's the last story. Check out the original video in the description, and I'll see you guys next one. Okay, guys? Peace out, everyone.